Hey everyone, I'm Allison and you're watching Long Island Thrifter. Today I am in Grafton, Massachusetts, checking out Off the Common Antiques. Let's go thrifting. My first stop today is at Off the Common Antiques. I follow them on Instagram and that's how I found out about them. So when I was taking this trip up to Boston, I decided, let me check out some of the places that I follow on Instagram, and I love this shop. So let's check it out. This antique mall is located at 4 Worcester Street in Grafton, Massachusetts. I hope I'm saying that right. It's like Worcester. While I was there, I was able to interview the owner of this wonderful antique mall and talk to her about how she started it. So let's watch.
My name's Morgan King. I'm the owner of Off the Common Antiques in Grafton, Massachusetts. We've been here for 6 years. We have about 50 vendors that rent space or have handmade items like soap, some quilts, and plants. Recently we added some house plants, which have been a wonderful addition to the store. 7 years ago, I was in the recycling and waste management profession, and I worked for a biotech company, and they were getting ready to do layoffs, which is quite common. I kind of knew that I was going to be getting laid off. So having lived in this town, we would drive by our building all the time, and it was an old gas station, service station, and the family was getting ready to retire. Long story short, $80,000 later, after cleaning up environmental contamination, we were able to purchase the property. And we opened a beautiful store. Over 6 years, it's evolved. And there's a lot of folks in here. They curate their own spaces. They bring in their own different style. It's like a family.
But there's definitely a cohesiveness between all of these booths that make it feel like you're shopping in one large store. Everything is beautifully arranged in each booth, but like I said, there's definitely a cohesive feeling of how everything looks and feels as you're walking through. It's really a beautiful shop, and I highly recommend checking it out when you're in Massachusetts. It's a great stop. One of the things I did look at, I loved this drop leaf table from the 1800s. It was $185. The prices here are not bad. I found them to be very reasonable, and for an antique mall, sometimes it can go one way or the other, but on the whole, I found many items to be very reasonably priced. For instance, this Yamaha guitar, it was listed as $175. When I looked it up on eBay, I found pricing to be, kind of all over the place for a used one, but within the range, especially with the sold comps. But I wouldn't sell a guitar on eBay probably, especially not on auction. As I walked around, I noticed this really cool Blendo beverage set, the pitcher and 6 glasses in lime green ombre. I looked it up and I found one for sale for $60, but the one here was only $30, so good pricing. Every booth was so beautifully curated and arranged, and I just loved it. I could walk around here for hours and still see new things as I inspected every booth from top to bottom. While in this booth, I noticed these 2 mccoy cornucopia vases. They were $38 each. Online, these are ones for sale on eBay, but I couldn't find any sold comps of the turquoise or the yellow. Some cute little dogs there. And then I noticed this canister set with windmills on it. It was $83 and it was 9 pieces. I did find online one set of 10 pieces for $115. So again, reasonably priced items all throughout the antique mall. I loved this booth that had old time games framed, like the Uncle Piggly Wiggly game and Donald Duck game. They're so adorable. I love this Flow Blue platter. It was listed at $85 and very pretty. Of course, I had to find one of these. They're everywhere. And then, of course, there's Howdy Doody. This was a cute chair, and I really thought it was just so fun. It's $95 here in this shop. I did look it up online, and one was sold for $125. So pretty good prices, and in great condition too. Really lovely. I also loved this pink elephant with blue hat cookie jar. Really cute. And that was $30. And when I looked it up online, I found the pink elephant is up for sale for $150. Now I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't pick it up for $30 at the antique mall. Cookie jars can always be a good profit item to look out for. There were definitely a lot of plants for sale, as Morgan had mentioned, and the quilts area is beautiful. I think her mother-in-law makes those. There were some really wild plant pots all over the place. The baby ones kind of freaked me out a little bit, but the dog I thought was so adorable. Look at that face. What a cutie. Over in this part of the store, there was a booth that actually had lots of hardware and pieces for your home and old time measuring sticks that fold out and playing cards. And then this booth had all kinds of paints for your home, like milk paint and enamel paints, and then these planter heads. And I love them. They're so cute. I could totally picture some fun ferns or things like that growing out of them. They're adorable. Then over in this booth, I saw this Land O'Lakes recipe tin for $16, and I looked them up online, and sold comps are between $20 and $30, so good deal here. Then I spotted this tiffin glass Ramblin' Rose gold-rimmed champagne glasses. These were only $5 each, and there were also wine glasses and water glasses as well. Really good deals there. And they're comparably priced to those found in sold comps on eBay without the shipping. Again, you could just pick them up. I love old cameras, and this booth had a bunch of them. This Kodak Signet 40 was $38, and when I looked it up, I found sold comps much higher. Some of these also did have the camera case with them, so pricing was a bit higher for that. A few of these cameras even had the original boxes, which I think is super cool. And then this one was made into a planter. I thought that was genius. It's great to repurpose items into something else if you can't use it anymore for its original purpose. And look, there's a bike on the ceiling. I forgot to ask why, but I think that's it's great decor. I loved this marble top dresser. It was $275 in beautiful condition. I love there's little locks on each drawer. I ended up buying the metal plant identification tags that were here on top of this dresser, and I love them. I bought mint and basil. Morgan told me that a friend of her and her husband makes them from scrap metal. I actually thought they were repurposed knives. They're not sharp on the sides like obviously a knife would be, but they definitely were super cool, and I thought they were old knives. But she said nope, they're made from old scrap metal. So I love repurposing. It's great. Then over by this raven or crow, there were a few more of the plant ID tags in green and black. I'm not sure if they're made by the same guy though.
We're having a fun time. My husband was able to quit his job a year ago, and he does woodworking, makes farm tables and coffee tables and whatnot, and then finds things to procure that are sort of woodsy. So most of my treasures come from Maine.
So you went from truly waste management into recycling.
Yes.
And
And
I love this.
It's the pinnacle. Like I never thought each job you have in life, you kind of feel like that's the top, and this is like the cherry on top. I can't even imagine what the next thing would be for me, and this is it. This is our place, and
well, congratulations.
Yes, thank you
it's
very
fabulous.
much. I love it here. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, Long Island Thrifter. If you enjoyed this video, please tap the like button, and if so inclined, please subscribe. Until next time, keep on thrifting.